Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a bit more of this little cardigan, and as you can see I have put the neck on and I've done one of the bands, and don't know if you can see, but the band has a slight little wavy edge to it, and that was what my friend couldn't understand. In the pattern told you to the first few stitches you had to cast off 4 stitches, and then on the next stitch you had to go put your needle in 2 stitches down, knit that stitch, and then take the stitch on the needle off, and that makes that slight little dip there and there and there, and makes a slight, just a very slight scallop edge. And it's the same on the neck, on the top part, and that was why she's told me she couldn't make head nor tail of the pattern. She says, how can you drop stitches? It's going to make ladders. And I couldn't make her understand. But anyway, I did one side. Now I have to do the side with the buttons, and a lot of people have asked how I do the sideways bands, and I'm going to tell you. What I do is this pattern. This is the pattern that my friend's using. Actually, she's only using the pattern for the number of stitches. She's not using the actual pattern on it. She's put that pattern in, her own pattern, into the cardigan herself, which she was good at. She made that okay, but she just did not understand that it tells you for the neckband to do so many rows, and then on the cast off row it says cast off 4 stitches, insert the needle 2 rows below and knit into this stitch, and then cast off this stitch and cast off 3 more stitches, and then repeat that. That was what she didn't understand. She didn't understand. She thought you were going to drop the stitch and it was going to be dropping down. She didn't realise you were catching that stitch 2 stitches down. But anyway, I sorted it out. But a lot of people have asked me about doing the bands, how I do the bands on these ones. And what I do is, I'll hold it this way because I usually do this. I've done this in a tutorial on my other channel actually, but I measure the cardigan from here to the top of the neckband. This cardigan is 12 inches. Now the pattern tells me to pick up 78 stitches down that 12 inches. So what I do is I put a little stitch marker in here, there, every 2 inches. I've measured 2 inches, 2 inches, so there's a stitch marker every 2 inches. So you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces, and I divide those 78 stitches by 6, and that gives me 13. So that means I'm going to knit 13 stitches in between each marker that I have on here, and that keeps it even, picking up the stitches, because the patterns don't tell you how many stitches to pick up. It just tells you to pick the whole lot of the stitches and space them evenly. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. They probably get more stitches and not enough stitches, so some part might be stretched and some might be gathered. But that's what I do. If you put a stitch marker every 2 inches and then work out how many stitches between. So I knit 13 stitches, 13 stitches, 13 stitches, 13. I don't go from 1 to 13, then 14, 15. I just count 13 up to the first marker, take that marker out, 13 up to the next marker, and so on. And that's the way I pick up my stitches for those type of bands that are done sideways. It's the same with the adult ones as well. I measure the same, because a lot of my patterns are my own patterns, and I have to work out how many stitches you have to have down there anyway. And I usually work on about 6 double knitting. It's for the actual body part. I usually work out, it's usually about 5.5 stitches to the inch. But when I do the bands, I make it about 6 stitches to the inch, because it is tighter. The band is tighter, as you see there. The band here comes in tighter than the rest of the body, and that's how I work that out. So I hope that's sorted it out for some of you, but if you look on some of my tutorials on my Sheila's Just Knitting, I have shown this once or twice on there how to do this. So for anyone that, you know, wants a more detailed thing, you can actually see my hands and see what I'm doing on that one, because I don't sit and talk on that channel, I just do the tutorials. You only see my hands doing anything. The only time you see me on there is when I hit 100 or 200 or 300 subscribers, and I like to sit and brag and I tell you about it. That's you only see you. But this, I would have been doing some coasters this morning, but I wanted to get this finished for my friend, because when she gave it to me last Thursday, will you have it ready for next Thursday? I says, yes, I'll have it ready for next Thursday. A couple of days later, I get a message. Have you done my cardigan yet? I told you I would have it ready next Thursday. I haven't started. I have other things to do. I've got a week to do this. It won't take me long. I'll do a little bit in between other things I'm doing. Next day, have you started on my cardigan yet? No, I have not started on your cardigan yet, but I did that day. The next day, have you finished my cardigan yet? And I said to my friend Anne, I am nearly finished your cardigan, but if you ask me one more time, I am going to wrap this cardigan round your neck on Thursday when I see you. So I am going to take a picture when I finish this and send it to her, because I know she'll be asking me again today and tomorrow before we meet if I have finished her cardigan. That's, you know, that's friends for you. They think you've got nothing else to do, but when they give you something to do it there and then and just forget about everybody else, you know, that's I'm glad I'm not going to see my friend for a couple of weeks after on Thursday, because she's going on holiday, because I do need a rest from her at times. And I have been very lucky on my oh my blimmin' bra straps keeps going down my shoulder. Been very lucky on my eBay. I have sold these three. These were the 3 sets of coasters that I did yesterday. And it took me all day to do these, apart from odds and ends and other little things, and having to stop for have something to eat and then stop, you know, to sleep as well. I do have to eat and sleep as well as do all these sort of things. But I'm going to pack these up now, and I'll be sending them off on my way to my granddaughters. I do have the stamps and the packets, and that lovely lady Kate sent me a lot of packages, so I've got plenty of things, because I wouldn't have had enough to put these in. I would have had to go to the shops and buy some for these ones, for the smaller ones in particular. But Kate sent me a lot of package things for to package these in. So I have them for these anyway, so I don't have to go anywhere else today. I can just do these. So I've sold those 3. I think one lady, Susan, I think I have it on my phone. Where have I put my phone? I can tell you who's bought them. They're all my subscribers. I know the names. Yes, the white edge ones are going to Susan. The blue edged ones are going to, I think I've seen her name amongst things before, Little Knit Eve Crocheting. And the red edge ones are going to a lady called Eve. I'm not sure whether I've seen her name in my comments or not. It sounds a little bit familiar, but I'm not all that familiar with it. So that one's going to Eve. So that's those 3 there. And then I sold my last 2 little baby cardigans. It's a little girl's cardigan. I sold that one too. That's been on my eBay for a little while. I sold that one to Joyce. I know she's one of my subscribers. I've seen quite a few comments from her. that one's going to Joyce. And this one as well, she bought this one as well. So that's my little baby cardigans gone off eBay. All I have left, I think, is one little 24-inch one. That's all that's left in actual clothes. So I do need to get some more little baby cardigans. I have lots of odd balls of wool I can knit these with. I just have not got the time. There's not enough hours in the day. So I have to pack all those up, and it is now just after 11, so I have to get those packed. I go down with my granddaughters about 2 o'clock, so I've got plenty of time until then to pack them up and call at the post office on the way down to my granddaughters. But in the meantime, I'm going to get the other. It'll only take me about probably less than half an hour to pick up those stitches and do the other side of that band, and then put the buttons on. I think my friend's got the buttons in the bag that she gave me with all these. So I'll put the buttons on and get that done once and for all. And if my friend ever asks me to do anything else, I'm going to hit her. I'm not doing anything for people that cannot just wait, that keep, you know, she's been harassing me for the last week. And that's it, I don't like that. So anyway, that's my little bit for today, my little jobs I've got to do, and then I'm off down my granddaughters, and I would probably sit and do 1 or 2 coasters. I might get 1 coaster done while I'm down my granddaughters, but and hopefully some done when I get back home again, and I can put some more up, because people seem to be wanting them all the time, but I just have not got time to do. I wished I had time to do more than what I do, but I managed 3 sets yesterday, and that was very unusual actually. So I'm switching my phone off here before the battery dies on it. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you another day and let you see what else I have gotten up to. So bye for now.